What is wrong with the video game industry? What is wrong with the entertainment industry as a whole? What is this mentality that consumers should just eat up whatever slop you put out there and not ask any questions about it? And then if people decide that they don't like what you're putting out there, all of a sudden they're a bad person. We need to insult them. We need to be derogatory towards them. That would be like me coming on here every day, making a video and just insulting you for not liking everything I have to say. Everyone is not going to agree on everything you do, on everything you say, on everything you put out there. And that's okay. People are allowed to disagree with your opinions on anything. You are not an overseeing God when it comes to everything. You are allowed to question things that you feel like questioning. And Ubisoft, they never got this memo. A lot of companies never got this memo, but Ubisoft especially, they never got this memo, because if you don't like Star Wars and you don't like Assassin's Creed and you don't like Skull and Bones, you're a bad person. And they're going to let you know. Their employees are going to let you know that you're a bad person. And people in the press are also going to let you know that you are a bad person, because you have to like everything. Now, Ubisoft, of course, we've been covering their situations lately. There's a new thing that they're potentially being bought out by Tencent, which is a Chinese company and stuff like that. Things are not looking very well for them. Of course, there have been major losses, there have been major flops, there have been games getting delayed, and now we're kind of up in the air as far as, well, how successful these games are going to be. And there's obviously problems at Ubisoft, and anyone can look at this and see that there's a problem. Well, I should say anyone but someone who works at Ubisoft, because a couple of days ago, one of Ubisoft's high up employees decided to take to LinkedIn and air his grievances. Now, first and foremost, don't bother this person. Do not harass this person or anything like that. However, if you put something out there to the world on social media, you are then open to responses. And that's what we're going to be doing here. We're going to be responding to this diatribe of absolute nonsense. And like I said, don't bother the person or anything like that. But this is from Stevie Chassard, who is a monetization director at Ubisoft. There's an immediate red flag. Monetization director, the nickel and diming of everything. The fact that Star Wars Outlaws, if you bought the early edition, you could play the game early, or the super expensive edition. But if you played it on PlayStation, then you had to delete your file. This is the person who's overseeing that stuff, who's overseeing how much can we get out of these people? How much money can we extract from gamers instead of just worrying about making a great game? So you're not Jesus in this situation. If anything, your job description kind of makes you the Antichrist, in my opinion. I rarely post on social media, but today I am sad, ashamed and sad. Well, we know where this is going to go, obviously. He's going to be ashamed and sad that Ubisoft keeps making these dumbass mistakes, can't read a room, and is making low-quality games. That's what it boils down to. Skull and Bones, low quality game. Star Wars Outlaws, low quality game. The Prince of Persia game was good. It was a good game. I got no beef with it. But that's what you're going to do here. You're going to take accountability, because everyone always takes oh, Jesus Christ. They're not taking accountability. The gaming industry is rough at the moment. We all know it. But seeing how gamers react on social media is wishing ill fate to companies and people alike is sad. And not only towards Ubisoft. Even though it is always the vocal minority that expresses themselves on social media, I was hurt and ashamed to be a part of this community. So are you saying you're the vocal minority then, because you said it's always the vocal minority that express themselves on social media, yet you are expressing yourself on social media? The way that gamers react to things. So just consume it. Don't question anything. Just consume it. Because if you question it, you're the bad person. And I get it. There are bad faith actors within this, but they're not the bulk majority. Okay, if those people are just a small segment, which I think they are, but if people, not the negative, not the bad faith actors, but the people who genuinely have questions and concerns, if there's such a small portion of gamers and what people want to buy, then why do these games keep on flopping? I'm just asking questions here. What is more revolting is coming on LinkedIn and seeing the same comments from people within the industry, on top of exposing yourself as clearly a non-decent human being. You are affecting thousands of employees that are already impacted by all the hate, despite their doing their best to deliver incredible experiences. Woe is me. Oh, woe is me. The monetization director, the person who's in charge of nickel and diming you, says you're not a decent human being because people are questioning whether Ubisoft is a good company and whether they're making good games and getting hate. You know, that's a word that's thrown, that's a word that's lost all meaning. You know how I say people with their isists and their isms and stuff like that, they're devaluing from when actual instances of ists and isms actually happen because they just throw everything into that one pile and it's ridiculous. This is the same thing. Now hate is any sort of questioning. Hate is not liking a product or what a company is doing or what a company's game plan is. You know, the company that said that you need to be comfortable not owning your games is saying that you're not a decent person because you dared to question the almighty Ubisoft. How can you wish a company to fail simply because they do not cater to you or that product does not please you is beyond me. I don't think that people are wanting the entire company to fail, because at the end of the day, Ubisoft does have good properties. People genuinely like Assassin's Creed. People genuinely like Splinter Cell. People genuinely like Rayman. It's about the quality of games. It's about games like Skull and Bones coming out, a game that nobody asked for, but you threw it out there into the world, and then now you're surprised. Star Wars Outlaws, a boring-ass, fundamentally boring Star Wars game that really could have just been any sort of game taking place in outer space that involved the bounty hunter, that had no Star Wars feel to it. Okay? These are things that you have made. But who are you catering to then? Because you're pretty much saying you're not catering to certain people who don't like what you are making. So then who are you catering to? Because you only sold 1 million copies of Star Wars in the first month, a multi-platform game, a game that has one of the biggest IPs attached to it in the world. Love it or hate it, there's at least history there with it. People pay attention when something new of Star Wars comes out. Some people like it, some people don't like it. But I don't understand this mentality. You exist to cater to people. You exist to make products for people to enjoy. You are an entertainment company. You are not essential to the function of the world. We are all on the same boat. Please, please, please stop spreading hate. We should all uplift each other instead of bringing each other down. Hate, hate, hate. See, there we go. We're going back to it again. Hate. It's all hate. RGT didn't like Star Wars Outlaws. Hate. Hate. No, it's not a good game. It's not a good game. And you exist to make good games. Okay? I understand. I don't think people want, at least I don't. I can't speak for everyone. Do I want all Ubisoft employees to be unemployed? No. That's stupid. What we want is Ubisoft employees to actually listen to concerns instead of just dismissing them as hate, because none of these companies like to actually look into the mirror. And really, it extends way beyond just gaming companies. It's pretty much the gaming industry as a whole. Nobody likes to look into the mirror and be like, you know, maybe I'm wrong on this. Maybe this isn't, maybe this is a me issue, instead of, no, they're all just bad people. These are all bad people. You should want all these games to succeed. No, because if you're not going to make what people want, if you're not going to make top quality experiences, but you're charging all these, you are a monetization director. Who are you to say who is a non-decent human being? You exist. Your job exists to just nickel and dime people. And really, the thing that fascinates me is Ubisoft has put themselves up there with like Nintendo, Xbox, Sony, and really to another degree, kind of Sega, in the fact that they just expect people to buy their products because it has the Ubisoft logo on them. Like they're not smart enough to realize that you don't have a dedicated fan base for Ubisoft at all. People will always buy Nintendo games. People will always champion for PlayStation and Xbox and Sega to some degree because there are diehard Sega fans. There is no diehard Ubisoft fan whose whole personality is based on defending Ubisoft. Listen to me. Listen to me, companies. You cannot sit there and constantly insult your fan base by offering these ridiculous high price packages, by saying you need to be comfortable with not owning your games, by saying you're spreading hate because you talk negatively about a company, and then expect to be successful, and then expect people to want to support you and want to buy your products. Because if it was just a vocal minority of people that were, against some of the things that Ubisoft is doing, then this wouldn't matter. It wouldn't matter because you would still be selling product. You would right here. What did you say? What did you say? They do not cater to you, or that product does not please you, is beyond me. So who are you catering towards? Who are you catering towards? Who is the product for? Because whoever it is, they're not buying what you're putting out there, pal. All right? Because that's why you're in the situation you're in. It's so tone deaf. These companies are so and I wonder, how do these people get jobs within there? Because I almost feel like a lot of the current video game industry with some of these companies, it's a job to them. It's not a passion. They don't actually necessarily care about the games. They care about the business side of things. And like, there's a very delicate balance that goes into that. There's a very delicate balance because at the end of the day, if a large portion of your people are not people that actually seem to enjoy video games and understand video game history and understand why things were successful versus why things weren't successful, that's how you get into the shit show we're in right now. Let the AAA game industry burn to the ground, boys. From those ashes, new companies will rise up. Do not belittle your consumer base. Even if they disagree with you. What do I tell people all the time on this channel? If you disagree with me, that's cool. You're still welcome here. I don't care. This is just my opinion. And if I put my opinions out there into the universe, people are going to, push back on that if they disagree with me. Okay. That doesn't make someone a bad person because they don't agree with you. These video game companies, they're like cult leaders. Do as I say or else. Jeez, this industry needs an enema. I've said it before and I've said it again. It needs an enema. Because the way things are going right now, dude, this ain't working. This won't working, pal. We need change. Celebrate good Obama. Come on. It's Obama. Remember that South Park episode? I thought that was a funny ass episode. Anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments section down below. Like I said, don't bother this person for their opinion. We are just simply looking at their opinion and analyzing why it's kind of fundamentally flawed. Because you can't say that it's a vocal minority that expresses themselves on social media while you're expressing yourself on social media. You're not gaining anything by putting this out there. This isn't helping the cause in any way, shape, or form. Just so you know. And as always, guys, thank you for checking out this video. If you are new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Be sure to like, comment, and share. Check out the pinned comment in the comment section down below. Pick up my book, available on Amazon right now, from when wrestling games didn't have nickel and dime DLC. There was none of that. And you could enjoy everything in the game by playing through the game and defeating certain characters. And then you unlocked characters. And I'll catch you guys on the next video. Later.